Merry Christmas, Jeremy Roenick. You're suspended. So hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is once again Matt reporting for the Sin Bin. Now, this video today is going to pertain to this man on my left, your right, Jeremy Roenick. Now, Jeremy Roenick, I'm a little too young to have seen him play, but I hear he was a very, very good player. Now, as an analyst on NBC, he seems kind of up and down. Some people really like him, some people don't. Me personally, I always kind of liked him. I think he's goofy. The way he looks doesn't really look like a hockey player. Anyway, I always kind of liked him. Now, recently he was on the Spittin Chiclets podcast, I think 2 days ago or something like that. It wasn't his first time on the podcast, but he said something that may have put him in a little bit of hot water. Now, one thing you need to know about the Spittin Chiclets podcast, it's the type of podcast where they swear. It's not necessarily the most politically correct. I personally love it. I listened to every episode. I didn't get to this one yet, but I will listen to it when it comes. Now, usually when they say something with a big star such as Austin Matthews, they'll review the whole tape and they'll see if there's anything that needs to be cut out, and they'll cut out anything that's deemed to be too controversial. Now, with Jeremy Roenick, he said some comments that NBC obviously thought was too controversial, and that put him in some hot water. He ended up getting suspended. As you can see the statement here, Jeremy Roenick has been suspended indefinitely without pay for making inappropriate comments about his co-worker. That's what NBC Sports said in a statement to the Sports Business Journal. We will have no further comment about this at the time. So you might be wondering, what did he say to get him suspended? You know, what did he say? Now, such as the Don Cherry situation, I'm going to echo some of my sentiments. I personally don't think what he said was that bad. Now, obviously, I'm just some sweaty, hairy bum on YouTube. He's on a bigger stage. He's on NBC, and NBC has every right to deem what he said too controversial, and they have every right to suspend him. But with that being said, I really don't think what he said was that bad. It obviously came out as a joke, and I'm even more surprised about the comments of the people involved. So before I get more into that, let me explain what was said, what went down. So this involved Jeremy Roenick and his co-worker. Her name is Catherine Tappan, and Oof Maron. What a woman. Oof, what a woman. I gotta say, she looks like a mix of Megyn Kelly, maybe a little bit of Charlize Theron. I mean, yeah, I would like to get down and dirty with her. But anyway, so he was on the podcast, and he was talking about his trip to Portugal that he had with both his wife and Miss Tappan. All right? And he said, bro, when you walk into every place and you have two blonde bombshells on each side, I'm telling you, your chest pops out a lot more. They've got their bikinis on, and they look fucking smoking, or expletive smoking. Now, so far, everything that he said, it's a joke. It's coming off as a compliment. Again, Jeremy Roenick, a little bit of a controversial figure. He's going to say what's on his mind. Now, I took everything he said as a joke. He's talking about how fucking hot Catherine Tappan is. And let's face it, she is. I don't know how old she is. She's probably an older woman, but she definitely goes to the gym on a regular basis. She looks good. She's got those green eyes, blonde hair. Definitely my type. Now, he does go on a little bit, and some people may say he went too far. He ended up using slang terms for the female anatomy, saying it was great that those parts were everywhere during the trip. And he added, if you're going to go with two blondes, go somewhere in the summer where the pool is out. And then later, an old woman came over to him, and he said that she was staring at them the whole time. And then she came and asked, are they both with you? He played it off as if they were going to go to the bed together every night, the three of us. And he says, if it really came to fruition, that would really be good. But it's never going to happen. So, obviously joking about having a little threesome in there. Now, some people may say he went too far, okay? Some people he said he was going to be too misogynistic or whatever the word is, all right? They call me that sometimes. I don't know what it means. I personally, if I were this girl, Catherine Tappan, all right? If I were Catherine Tappan, first of all, I would look at myself naked in the mirror every morning. But second of all, I would take what he said, and I wouldn't take it I would take it as a joke, okay? Now, this Tappan girl, she did quite the opposite of that. She came out and she said this. While Jeremy and I continue to be good friends, what he said was unacceptable, especially among workplace colleagues. I do not condone his comments. And on the podcast, Roenick, he described Tappan as the most professional sports personality. And she's prepared as anyone. She wants people to respect her for her knowledge of sports, not just because she has a pretty face. Alright, now it's time for my opinion. So, yes, Jeremy Roenick, he joked. He said the stuff about the threesome. Some people might say it's inappropriate, it's not professional. But he also said that this girl Tappan, she's as prepared as everyone. She's professional, she's knowledgeable. It seems like Tappan just forgot about all of that and looked at a quick joke he said about her having nice breasts or her wanting to have a threesome. And I feel, in my opinion, she completely threw him under the bus. I mean, this is a guy who just got suspended by his network, alright? And instead of, sort of healing the wounds, it seems like she sort of put gasoline on the fire here, throwing him under the bus, saying what he said is unacceptable. I don't know. If I were Catherine Tappan, which I'm definitely not, I would have sort of been on the defensive here. Maybe say, look, Jeremy Roenick, he's on the Spittin Chiclets podcast. It's not the most PC of places. It's a place where sometimes it can get a little crazy, a little funny. People are open, and what was said was what was said. I didn't take any offense to it. All right? I think later on he said something about Patrick Sharp. He hasn't said anything on the matter, but that's personally what I would have done. All right? Again, I don't necessarily... Jeremy Roenick as an analyst, it's not like I really like him or I really hate him. It's just I have a tough time when people, they're in an environment where you can speak freely, speak openly, and they end up getting condemned and suspended. I have a little bit of an issue with it. Again, it reminds me of the Don Cherry situation where what he said, people totally took it the wrong way and he ended up getting fired. I really believe what Jeremy Roenick said was really innocent. It wasn't meant to offend anyone, and just people are taking it the wrong way. But guys, what are you expecting? This is 2019. People are getting more and more sensitive. You can't say what's on your mind anymore, it seems like. Alright? But then again, you guys might disagree with me. You guys might say, look, he wasn't being professional. These are people at the workplace. You're not supposed to talk about it. Let me know if you disagree. Write it down in the comments. And while you're at it, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the Sin Bin. My name is Matt. Keep your stick on the ice. And subscribe, motherfucker.